Hello, welcome to Paul Booth's movie podcast. It's August 16th, Saturday morning. Hello, everyone. This is the first time I'm going to release one publicly. I've been doing tests all week. I just want to say, first off, welcome to the show. This is the all about education. Those of you who know me and those of you who don't, who are going to come across this, I do not know more than you. You do not know more than me. I just want to provide a place where you can come and hear some reviews, some opinions, some historical facts, and we can all just talk about the movies we love. I'm going to give you an email where you can email me feedback, or you can email me maybe a movie that you want reviewed on the podcast or discussed, and it's paulboothmovies@gmail.com. That's paulboothmovies@gmail.com. One side note, I do not script these because I want them to be jazz-like and fun, and I want just basically anything to happen. So I've set a couple of topics out here behind me. Today I'm going to talk about Cameron Crowe and his films, and I have two book recommendations for you film fans or you film historians who love to read those film books all day like me. First film here, everyone knows it, but if you have not seen it for any reason, I don't know what planet you've been living on, but if you've missed it, you have to see Fast Times at Ridgemont High. From the technical filmmaking aspects, it's a perfect screenplay. We all know every character in this film, or are one of the characters in the film. Classic one-liners. Set the standard for 80s film opposite The Breakfast Club, which of course The Breakfast Club was a very serious movie. But these are the two movies that I would pop in a time capsule and say, let's send them to space, or the next civilization that discovers us, I hope they find Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And this also holds an interesting little Oscar trivia fact. Sean Penn, Nicolas Cage, Forrest Whitaker, 3 Oscar nominees. This was their first movie, and they were unknowns. And other people went on to great things, like Jennifer Jason Leigh, and of course Judge Reinhold Brad, the older brother, did the 48-hour or the Beverly Hills Cop movies. The next Cameron Crowe movie here, another true 80s classic that set a whole standard for the teen romance comedy, is Say Anything. Beautifully written film, not cliche, not, if I was to tell you that the premise is about the guy who's kind of the loser in school getting the hot girl, that may sound like something, oh, I've heard it, oh, I've seen it, but with this movie, it seeks the truth out of what the characters are feeling, thinking, saying to each other. There's some great scenes where John Cusack's character Lloyd has female friends that are just always truthful with him, and he uses those female friends to help him date and understand women more, and it's just a really great film. As you can tell, I own all of Cameron Crowe's films, but We Bought a Zoo, and his new one is coming out Christmas time, and I'm mainly doing this as my first public podcast because I know a lot of my friends in Hawaii will be checking this out, and of course he shot his last movie in Hawaii, so I figured what better than to talk about Cameron Crowe. For those of you who know or don't know, hopefully there's going to be a lot of you that don't know his earlier films and can check these out and get excited about what he has coming out at Christmas time. His next one was very, very 90s. That's the best thing about Cameron Crowe, is that he captures, as a writer, the era, subject matter perfectly, the nuances down to what kind of earrings a girl would have been wearing are perfect. Singles is his film that is not loved by most of his fans the way Almost Famous is, or Jerry Maguire was a worldwide hit, or Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I mean, everybody loves a movie about the stoner guy or the beautiful girls that swim and one of them takes their top off. Again, to let you know, this is going to be an uncensored podcast, so sorry about that, but movies are real, life's real, and that's just what it is. Singles incredible movie about the single life. The single life sucks. This movie doesn't. Check it out. See if you can find it. Next on the list is probably Crowe's most commercially successful and loved film by people that are not just movie buffs or filmmakers or film historians, is Jerry Maguire. I think there's not much I'm going to say about Jerry Maguire other than Cuba Gooding Jr., Oscar-winning performance. This is one of Tom Cruise's best. I don't know if Tom Cruise will ever top this. I think, respectfully, he's kind of done. I just don't ever see myself walking out of a movie as excited as I was. And this movie has a special meaning to me because I saw it on my 18th birthday. This movie made me a Cameron Crowe fan. It made me go back and find singles and say anything. And this is just really a great movie about making the best out of a breakdown and losing everything. And it is not always the easiest to get back on your feet. It is not always the easiest to be as positive as your friends see that you should be. So this is a great movie that can also be therapy. If you're going through anything tough, take this out because Jerry Maguire is going through a lot of stuff. My personal fave, Almost Famous. Not only is this movie my favorite because I'm a rock and roll junkie and a movie junkie and it mixes the two, but Kate Hudson, nothing beats that smile. I used to have a poster over my bed that I actually was kind of funny. I hung on the roof, so every morning I woke up, I saw Kate Hudson in the Almost Famous poster. She was sitting in some panties and a shirt with a Gibson Les Paul next to her, and it was just this collector's item poster that I somehow lost. But this is a great movie about a troubled rock band trying to make it. And there's the 2-disc director's cut that I'm holding here has a theatrical version and a director's cut. And of course the director's cut is better 99% of the time. For some reason one time I saw it said director's cut 2 hours and 3 minutes, theatrical cut 2 hours and 2 minutes. This gives you 45 minutes of, I would say there is some irrelevant scenes, and I can completely understand why they cut it out. But then there's some scenes that were just great stuff, that were just part of music, part of being on the road. One little side note is that this movie, their tour stops are Boston, Cleveland, New York City, Tempe, Arizona, Los Angeles, San Diego, Hollywood, and I've been fortunate to go to all these places, so I'm very fortunate that when I see this movie, I can really relate to the mood of the band, the mood of the characters. Cameron Crowe even captured that when the band arrives in Cleveland, they're irritated, and Cleveland is a completely irritating place. So that kind of writing is, like I said, he captures everything. The last one that I'm going to really go into, and then I'm just going to give you a couple of quick book recommendations, is Vanilla Sky. This was a roller coaster ride that came out, and I really believe bombed because theatrically it was not even a year after 9/11. In fact, the Twin Towers, not CGI, are still in one of the shots at the end of the movie. Multiple times you see the towers, and there was some talk of whether or not they were going to take a computer and remove the towers to not remind people, but the directors had stepped in, and in the commentary said that he told the studio, sorry, the towers were there, we're not going to pretend they weren't when we were shooting, and this is what New York was while we were there, and a film should capture what New York was. It's tragic that they're gone, but we don't remove them with a computer. They're already gone in a tragic way. So this is a great film where, just note that it's one of the last films that you can see the Twin Towers in a shot in a film standing. I'm going to end with 2 great book recommendations. The Sundance Kids. Get to your local library and try to find these. The Sundance Kids It's about everything. Fight Club, Election, Lost in Translation, Usual Suspects, Seven, Sideways, Traffic, Boogie Nights, and then The Bad and the Beautiful. If you're a fan of 50s films, this will give you all the goop you want. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, it's paulboothmovies@gmail.com. I would love any feedback or mention any, I want to hear likes, dislikes, anything so I can improve and make this a weekly thing and provide a place for people to come and enjoy hearing movie opinions. Have a great day.